I don't know about you, but no one ever told me explicitly which behaviors were abusive versus which ones are unhealthy. We often learn behaviors and tolerate behaviors that have been modeled for us. I think we're getting better as a society about educating our children on healthy and unhealthy relationships, but the models of our parents and other adults in our lives still make the greatest impression on us. Perhaps you find yourself seeing for the first time that certain behaviors you've tolerated forever are actually abusive. It's okay. Don't feel stupid or blind. Many partners find themselves in the same place, realizing suddenly that they did not have to put up with certain behaviors. The choice, now that you know, is how you move forward. So, what do you do if you recognize unhealthy or abusive patterns in your relationship? One of the most important tools you have is boundaries. Now, again, chances are when you were growing up, no one sat you down and said, here's how to set healthy boundaries. But you probably learned about boundaries in small ways. If you had a curfew, that was a boundary. If your parents told you to be home by a certain time or not to let anyone else ride in the car, those were boundaries. Boundaries are simply limits. Limits on what behavior you will accept from others and what behavior you will accept from yourself. Other words for boundaries might be limits, borders, dividing lines, or parameters. Let's put it simply. A boundary is a limit on what behavior you will accept from someone else or from yourself. Boundaries are not about controlling other people. You can't make someone change. Boundaries are about protecting yourself, defining what's safe and healthy for you, and deciding what you will do if a boundary is violated. Boundaries are necessary for healthy relationships. They protect us, and right now, as someone who has been wounded, you especially need healthy boundaries in order to heal. When you married or committed to your partner, your expectation, your boundary, was that they would remain faithful. That boundary was in some way violated, and that's why you feel wounded. Boundaries give you a way to name what is unacceptable and to protect yourself moving forward. Here are a few examples of protection boundaries. You have the right to expect that your partner will be sexual only with you. You have the right to expect that your partner will not expose you to disease through high-risk sexual activity. You have the right to expect that your partner will not be violent toward you in any way, physically, verbally, or emotionally. And you have the right to expect that your partner will treat you with respect. When boundaries are violated, there need to be clear consequences. For example, if you speak disrespectfully to me in public, I will leave immediately. If you continue to be sexual outside of our committed relationship, I will separate from you. Notice these are not threats. They are not about controlling someone else's behavior. They are clear statements about what is acceptable to you and what actions you will take if your boundaries are violated. There's another kind of boundary that we need to talk about as well. These are containment boundaries. These are boundaries you set for yourself. It can be easy when you've been wounded to feel justified in lashing out. You may feel entitled to yell, rage, or even use violence because of what's been done to you. But part of healing is recognizing that even though you've been hurt, you do not have the right to violate someone else's boundaries in return. Containment boundaries help you define what's healthy for you, what's dangerous, and what's unacceptable. Some people find it helpful to think in terms of green light, yellow light, and red light behaviors. Green light behaviors are healthy. Things like exercising, praying, laughing, or attending support groups. Yellow light behaviors are warning signs. Sarcasm, silence, withdrawing. These aren't catastrophic on their own, but they can lead to bigger problems if unchecked. Red light behaviors are forbidden. Raging, violence, or verbal abuse. These are lines you commit not to cross. This is the structure we've used in our personal safety contract for partners, which was included in our course, iRecovery 101. Containment boundaries remind you that while you didn't cause your partner's betrayal, you are responsible for your own healing and your own choices.